When you're setting up a short-term rental, it's easy to get focused on just making that space look great until you realize later that some of those items just didn't make sense.
Some things seem like a good idea at first, but over time, they turn into headaches.
We've learned some of these lessons the hard way after setting up and managing short-term rental properties for years.
So today, we're going to share 5 things that we would never put in a short-term rental bedroom and what we use instead. Let's get started.
The first thing that we would never put in an STR bedroom is roller blinds with the ball chain. We actually came up with the idea for this entire video because of a specific property that we manage locally here that has those in the primary bedroom, and they are such a headache.
I've fixed the chain on this particular set of blinds, I think 3 times. Guests have broken them. It's a big, heavy blind, so it's difficult to lift, and then the chain breaks, and it's just not good.
I can't take it anymore.
We also would never install just standard blinds in an STR. We've actually removed standard blinds from several properties and replaced them with one of our preferred options instead. We understand that standard blinds are common, but they do collect and show dust easily.
Instead of blinds or any sort of covering that involves a chain, we prefer curtains or Roman shades.
Curtains are easy for guests to use, and they instantly make the space feel more put together, but for the best visual results, they need to be hung properly.
When hanging curtains, always make the rod closer to the ceiling if possible versus right above the window. This makes the room seem larger, and the fit and finish just seems a little more polished with a tall curtain.
The curtains should also be long enough to just skim the floor. The best way to figure out where to mount the curtain rod is to first measure the length of the curtain and then place the rod accordingly.
And when you're ordering an expandable curtain rod, always order for longer than the length that you think you'll need. We found that if you stretch a rod out to its maximum length, you end up with a bit of a weak joint in the middle. If you close that rod down that's expandable, the 2 pieces overlap, and then you're less likely to have sagging, and it's going to be a sturdier setup.
You'll also want to make sure that you're installing the brackets properly. Your best bet is always going to be drilling into a stud, but if that's not possible, then you're going to want to go for toggle bolts. That's going to give you a more secure hold versus a traditional drywall anchor.
Another tip is that while curtains with built-in rings might not have the most high-end look, they slide the easiest on the bar, which means they're going to be the least likely that guests are going to yank on them and pull your bar down out of the wall.
And one last thing, we always use blackout curtains or shades in bedrooms. Guests are expecting a good night's sleep, and being able to block out that morning sun is crucial.
Close the curtains.
If you don't like curtains or maybe want a more custom look, we find Roman shades to be a great option. We've tried several different retailers who offer custom fitted Roman shades, but our preferred one is from Select Blinds, and we've ordered both woven wood shades and fabric Roman shades from them for dozens of properties.
You can find links to all of our favorite window coverings and all of the other items that we'll be discussing in today's video on our bedroom design guide, which you can access for free using the link in the description box below.
The next thing that we would never put in a short-term rental bedroom, and it's also something we see a lot, are thick, bulky comforters.
They're definitely cozy, but they are a hassle to wash, and so I strongly doubt that they are being washed every single time.
Most comforters are going to take forever to wash and dry in a standard size machine, and that is if they even fit in a standard size machine. If you've got same-day turnovers, it's just not going to be possible waiting hours to wash and dry a big bulky comforter.
Instead, in our desert and beach markets, we use a layered approach with a lightweight, easy to wash and dry quilts, plus an optional blanket for guests to add if they'd like a little more warmth.
Our favorite layering blanket is not only quick dry, but it also provides a good amount of comfort and warmth, and we leave this folded in the closet in case guests want to add it to the bed.
This setup is easy for turnovers because these quilts fit in a standard washer and dryer, and they launder quickly. And folding that extra blanket and keeping it in the closet versus making it into the bed reduces the laundry that the cleaners have most of the time.
In our colder markets, like our Base Camp 74 property that overlooks Palm Springs or our castle in Albuquerque, New Mexico, we've chosen to go with duvet covers here to provide a little extra coziness and warmth.
In these cases, we prefer fixed linen duvet covers because of their easy to use triple zip duvet system. It makes changing out the cover after each guest so much easier, and they definitely need to be changed out between each guest.
If you want to check them out for yourselves, Fixed Linens gave us a special discount offer for all of you. You can get 30% off of your order order using the codes Kylie and Steven30. We'll leave a link to this and all the details in the description box below.
You can also find that favorite layering blanket of ours and all of our other bedroom favorites on that bedroom design guide, as well as our sample inventory list, which has links to our favorite products for all of the rooms in your STR.
The third thing that you won't find us putting in a short-term rental bedroom is furniture that doesn't fit the scale of the room.
This is another common mistake that we see when onboarding new client properties. Either the bedroom is overcrowded with furniture, or the pieces are too big for that space, or they are disproportionate to each other.
One example would be choosing a full-size bed in a room that could accommodate a queen bed or even a king bed. If you have the chance, always go larger. This is going to increase the perceived value of your rental property. Having bigger beds might even lead to higher nightly rates.
Bed is too small. Your bed is too small?
On the flip side, cramming in too much furniture into a small bedroom is going to make it feel crowded and awkward. Instead of forcing in things like a large dresser or oversized nightstands, think about what the guest actually needs.
In most short-term rentals, a dresser isn't going to be needed because guests aren't necessarily going to be unpacking all their bags. The exception is a midterm rental where we think it does make sense to add a dresser to the primary bedroom, for example, and then maybe get nightstands with drawers if you can't fit a dresser in the smaller bedrooms.
And speaking of nightstands, scale matters. So if you have a king-size bed, don't pair it with tiny nightstands that look out of proportion. Likewise, for a smaller room, oversized nightstands are just going to make the space feel crammed.
And it's not just about width. Height also matters. You're going to want to try and match the height of the nightstand to the height of the mattress as close as possible, so it's easy for guests to reach things that they put there.
If you're working with a small bedroom, opt for smaller nightstands and go for plug-in wall-mounted sconces to free up space on the top of the nightstand. The goal is to make the room feel balanced, functional, and comfortable without overwhelming it with too much furniture.
The fourth thing that we would never put in a short-term rental bedroom is a pillow or mattress without a protective cover.
That one is a no-brainer. Guests sweat, smudge makeup, spill drinks, and who knows whatever else. And without a protective cover, all of that soaks into the mattress and pillows.
Obviously, you're not going to replace pillows and mattresses after every guest, so those things all soak into your mattress or pillows. There's bacteria, stains, and worst case, you could end up with bed bugs.
Bed bugs are every host's nightmare, and they can spread incredibly fast if they get into an unprotected mattress. A zippered waterproof encasement acts as a barrier to infestation, and it makes early detection possible.
We always use zippered, waterproof, washable covers on all of our mattresses and pillows. They extend the life of everything, and the only downside we find is that they can be a pain to take the zippered encasement off a large mattress.
So to make it even easier to keep things nice and clean for the guests, we like to put a fitted mattress cover over the zippered mattress encasement. Then they are double protected, and the cleaners can easily take off and wash the top cover as needed.
All that being said, mattress protectors are not created equal. There are some with crinkly, loud sounding plasticky feels, and you don't want those. We have shopped for ones that are breathable, stretchy, and are easily washable, and guests won't even really notice those on the bed.
So comfortable.
Fifth thing that we would never put into a short-term rental bedroom is a high pile rug.
They might feel nice and soft under your foot, especially when they're new, but they trap everything: dirt, stains, kids' toys, you name it.
And since they can't just be tossed in the washing machine, they do require cleaning more often than you'd think. Even with vacuuming after every guest, it's impossible to know that you really have it clean.
And the reality here is that a lot of guests aren't taking off their shoes when they come into a bedroom, especially the first time when they're dragging in luggage and things like that. That rug's gonna get dirty.
Instead, we stick to low pile or ideally machine washable rugs. They still give that room a cozy and finished feel, but they're a lot easier to clean.
There are a lot of choices when it comes to washable rugs these days, which is great that that market has developed, because several years ago, there was really only one brand, high price, and not so many design choices.
Our go-to brands strike a balance between price, durability, and design, and while most of the rugs can be put into a washing machine, we tend to just spot clean them as needed.
We've linked a few of our favorite low pile and washable rugs in our bedroom design guide, or we also have a full rug guide, and we've linked both of those in the description box below.
We hope you found this video helpful, and if there are any items that you would have added to our list of things that you'd never put in a short-term rental bedroom, please let us know in the comments.
We'll leave another video here on the screen you might want to check out next.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.